The restoration of an abandoned Mercedes-Benz Actros 1857 semi-trailer is not just a technical achievement, it's a celebration of craftsmanship, resilience, and automotive history. This project represents one of the most extensive and ambitious restorations ever documented on this channel. The Actros 1857, once a mighty machine built for endurance and strength, had long been left to the elements, rusted, broken, and forgotten. But where others saw scrap, we saw potential. What followed was a complete transformation that brought this iconic truck back to life, piece by piece, with precision, patience, and passion. When the Actros 1857 first arrived at our workshop, it was in a state of absolute disrepair. The cabin was corroded, the engine seized, the tires flattened and cracked, and the chassis coated in layers of dirt, grime, and rust. Most people wouldn't dare to take on a restoration of this magnitude. But for us, every bolt, wire, and panel was a challenge worth accepting. We started by carefully assessing the truck's condition to create a complete checklist of what needed to be restored, replaced, or customized. The first step in the restoration was a full disassembly of the vehicle. Every removable component, from the front grille to the rear axles, was detached. The cabin was lifted off the frame, and the engine was carefully hoisted out using a heavy-duty crane. With the truck now in parts, the real work began. The frame of the truck, a critical component that supports its entire structure, was one of the most damaged areas. Years of exposure to the weather had left the metal weakened and corroded. We used industrial-grade sandblasters to strip away all the rust and layers of old paint. Welding experts reinforced the weakened sections, ensuring the structural integrity was fully restored. The frame was then treated with anti-rust coatings and finished with a durable paint job to protect it for years to come. The engine was the heart of this restoration and perhaps the most complex part. The Mercedes-Benz ACtros 502 V8 engine, originally capable of producing over 570 horsepower, was completely non-functional. Our team disassembled it down to the crankshaft. Every piston, valve, gasket, and bearing was inspected. Some parts were salvageable, others had to be sourced from specialist suppliers across Europe. After a meticulous rebuild, including cleaning, polishing, and precision reassembly, the engine was tested outside the chassis, and to our joy, it roared back to life after nearly a decade of silence. The transmission and braking systems were next. The Actros' advanced 16-speed gearbox was in rough shape, filled with debris and heavily contaminated oil. It took days to clean and reassemble it properly, ensuring smooth gear transitions. The braking system, vital for a truck of this size and weight, was fitted with new air compressors, brake lines, pads, and electronic control units. Safety was a top priority in every step of the process. The air suspension system, essential for the comfort and stability of this heavy-duty truck, was tested and restored to full functionality. Every airbag and valve was checked or replaced, bringing the Actros back to a level of ride quality it hadn't experienced in years. The rear axles and drive shafts were completely rebalanced and rebuilt, ready to carry massive loads once again. The electrical system of the Actros 1857 was perhaps one of the most damaged areas. The wires were chewed through, connectors were corroded, and the control units were either missing or destroyed. Rewiring the entire truck was a massive task. We installed a completely new harness, integrated modern LED lighting systems, and ensured full connectivity between the dashboard and the truck's various subsystems. Every switch, gauge, and control panel was either restored or replaced with OEM quality components. Attention then turned to the exterior body. The once majestic Actros had suffered dents, corrosion, and severe paint damage. Our bodywork specialists spent weeks straightening panels, welding in new sections, and preparing surfaces for paint. We decided on a two-tone finish, classic silver with jet black accents, giving the truck a timeless and powerful look. Each layer of paint was applied in a controlled booth, followed by polishing and ceramic coating to ensure a flawless and long-lasting finish. The interior of the cabin was completely stripped. Years of neglect had rendered the upholstery unusable. Every surface, seats, dashboard, flooring, door panels, was restored or rebuilt. The new interior features premium leather, brushed aluminum accents, ambient lighting, and a custom infotainment system with GPS, Bluetooth, and rear camera support. The driver's seat was upgraded with air suspension and ergonomic controls, making long hauls comfortable and efficient. The sleeper compartment was also upgraded. We installed a new foldable bed, LED reading lights, extra insulation for noise and temperature control, and small storage compartments for long-haul necessities. The goal was to make this Actros not only functional but a home on wheels for any driver lucky enough to operate it. With the restoration nearly complete, we moved on to the wheels and tires. The original steel wheels were restored, painted, and fitted with brand new Michelin X Multi-D tires, designed for durability and performance. The braking system was recalibrated and the ABS tested under multiple conditions. Everything passed with flying colors. The final moment came with the truck's reassembly. Part by part, component by component, everything was put back together with utmost precision. Every bolt was torqued to specification, every wire connected with care, and every fluid topped off. Once complete, we took the truck for a full diagnostic scan using a Mercedes-Benz star system. No error codes. A green light across the board. Then came the engine start, one of the most emotional moments of the entire process. With a single turn of the key, the rebuilt V8 engine fired up with a deep, powerful rumble that echoed through the workshop. All systems came online. Lights, brakes, air suspension, navigation, everything worked perfectly. The truck was no longer an abandoned relic, it was reborn. The test drive was flawless. We drove the Actros through urban roads, highways, and a dedicated off-road track to test its load-bearing capacity and responsiveness. Not only did it perform as expected, it exceeded every benchmark. The smoothness of the gear changes, the stability of the suspension, the comfort inside the cabin, it felt like driving a brand new truck off the showroom floor. This restoration wasn't just a mechanical project, it was a tribute to one of the greatest machines Mercedes-Benz ever produced. The Actros 1857 symbolizes power, durability, and innovation. Bringing it back to life required the skill of mechanics, the creativity of designers, the patience of restorers, and the soul of true automotive enthusiasts. We hope this video inspires others to take on their own restoration journeys. Whether it's a car, a bike, or a truck, every vehicle has a story, and with dedication, it can be told again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing restorations. Your support helps keep these projects alive. And remember, where others see rust, we see potential. Thank you for watching. #restoration #Mercedes #truck #Actros 1857 #classic restoration #truck rebuild #mechanics #diesel power #reborn machine #heavy duty beauty #truck lover #transformation